Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life. And in this video, I'm going to be talking sports. Most notably, a subject that has come up every year for the last 17 years. And it has to do with who's the greatest of all time in NBA basketball. Now, a lot of arguments can be made for a lot of different players. You have Bill Russell because he has 11 rings. You have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You have Magic Johnson. But at the end of the day, most people, basketball aficionados, regular fans, even fans, people that don't like basketball, know Michael Jordan more than anyone else. He is a global icon. His popularity was just off the charts. And I'm not saying that the popularity with some of these players in today's game is not crazy or off the charts, but it doesn't even come close to Michael Jordan and what he did for the game of basketball. He took it to another level and brought the game to where it is now. You have him not only getting all these sponsors, but everybody else wants to be like Mike, wants to imitate what Michael does. And for the love of me, I've never understood the comparison between him and LeBron James. For one, they play two different positions. So right there, you can't compare them. If you want to compare LeBron James to somebody, I compare him to Magic Johnson. Why? Because they both play the same position. They're both point forwards. They can play all five positions, but they're mostly a point forward. Whether it's the small forward or the power forward, doesn't matter. They're a point forward. But it's not just the positions are different. Their style of play and the style of play that they played in is completely different. And that's one thing that fans of today, especially the younger fans, don't realize. They don't understand the fact that there were different eras of basketball. And in this era, it is soft because they've changed the rules to where the offensive players have an advantage and where the defensive players have a hard time stopping them because of that. The technical fouls and flagrant fouls are just out of control. What they call a flagrant one foul today wouldn't even have been called a foul back in the 1980s and 90s. And for the most part, if you wanted a flagrant foul back then, you literally had to punch somebody. And there's a video of Robert Parrish who got tired of Bill Laimbeer of the Detroit Pistons and just flat out just punches him with both hands. I mean, he lays into him. And he was, I believe, given a flagrant foul. He may have been kicked out. But that's what it took just to get a flagrant foul. So, the different eras is what is different. Michael played 15 seasons in the NBA. LeBron's in his 17th. LeBron skipped college. Michael went to college. Won a title in college. And Kendrick Perkins, yes, I'm calling out Kendrick Perkins. You want to talk about pressure, that he couldn't handle the pressure? He won a title in college. He was the man in college. And as far as you talk about pressure, what pressure? Michael was a game-winning shot. He lived for that moment. He shot it in your face. And he made it known that he was going to get the ball or he was going to make a play to someone else is going to make the shot. But majority of the time, he made and took the shot. Also, you wanted to talk about Kendrick Perkins, that he retired the first time because he couldn't take the pressure. You know nothing about it. He retired because he lost his father during that time, and he wanted some time off. He'd had enough, and he needed a break. He needed to step away from the game, and he wanted to try something else. And after about a year and a half, he realized he wasn't going to get anywhere with baseball, came back to basketball, and yeah, he came back with 17 games left in that 94-95 season, and they lost to the Magic, which, by the way, had a great duo and a great team. Actually, I would say a great trio with Shaq, Grant, and Hardaway. But when he came back that next year, it's like he didn't even miss a beat. And I will tell you this, had he not retired those 2 years, I guarantee you the Bulls would have won 8 straight NBA titles. And as much as I loved Houston and watching them play, and Hakeem Olajuwon and Drexler, and those guys were good, but they were not going to beat Jordan's Bulls. Period. The fact that 2 other teams got to the finals from the Eastern Conference was a gift. I'm not saying they wouldn't have made it a series, but Michael never let it get to Game 7. That's the whole point. And you can look at the statistics. I can look at the statistics and compare the two. But Michael Jordan is 6-0 in the NBA Finals. And I know people are saying, oh, that's getting old. You keep bringing up 6-0. It's the truth. Yeah, LeBron went to 8 straight finals, and he's been to 10 NBA Finals altogether. But let's look back at the help he had getting to 8 straight finals. With the Heat, he had 3 future Hall of Famers on that team. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and Ray Allen. Now, they didn't have Ray Allen for all 4 years, but they had him, I believe it was the last 2 seasons, if I'm correct. They had him for when they beat, it was in 2013, and then lost in 2014. And then he goes back to Cleveland, and Kyrie's already there, so he has a great point guard. Then they bring in Kevin Love. So now they got 2 more All-Stars, possibly future Hall of Famers, who knows. And they also bring in more All-Stars for that bench. And they make 4 straight NBA Finals. That last NBA Finals with LeBron and Kevin Love, I do give him props for making the finals that year. And then in his first NBA Finals against the Spurs, I give him props for that one. But he lost. And I don't want to hear the fact that he didn't have great players. Well, they were great enough to get through the Eastern Conference and make the finals. He was just inexperienced. And let's face it, he ran up against a dynasty in the Spurs. Although they never repeated, they won 5 titles during their Tim Duncan era. But let's get into the stats here. Michael Jordan, as I said, he's a global cultural icon. 6-time champ, 6 finals MVPs, 5 NBA MVP awards regular season, 14-time All-Star. He only played 15 total seasons. 3-time All-Star MVP, 10-time All-NBA first team, and he made a second team. Defensive Player of the Year, which LeBron hasn't won. 9-time All-Defensive first team. 10-time scoring champ. 3-time steals leader. The 50th anniversary all-time team. An NCAA champion, Rookie of the Year. And for his career, he has averaged 30 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He won 4 gold medals, and he had 2 separate three-peats. Let's look at LeBron James. 3-time champ, most likely going to be 4. 3 times Finals MVP, 4-time MVP in the regular season, 16-time All-Star. He's played more seasons. 3-time All-Star MVP. A 13-time All-NBA first team. He made a third team in 2018. No Defensive Player of the Year awards. A 5-time Defensive Player, All Defensive first team. He made it All Defense second team, and 1-time scoring champ. 1 time compared to 10. 5 All Defensive first teams compared to 9. The list goes on and on. And I'm not sitting here bashing on LeBron. I'm just shooting you guys the truth. And now, LeBron James is a great player. He's going to go down as one of the top 10 best ever to play. In my opinion, if he wins this NBA title, I have him at number 5 on my list. He's not quite there on Mount Rushmore, but he is right there on the edge. If he wins the 5th title, then he's on the Mount Rushmore. But for right now, I have, of course, Michael. I have Magic. I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I have Bill Russell on my Mount Rushmore. And until he wins a 5th ring, he won't be on that Mount Rushmore of all-time greats in the NBA. And like I said, he'll be number 5. He's number 10 right now with me. He wins this championship, which most likely he will do. He will be number 5. He'll be right behind Magic Johnson. And don't get me wrong, LeBron is a great player. He is definitely a better passer than Michael. Rebounder, it's neck and neck, about 1 more game, 1.5 more game. But the better scorer, shooter, it's Michael. There's no comparisons. LeBron he's a bigger body, he's taller, but Michael is Michael. And not only that, he shut you down defensively. He was not only a great scorer, but he shut you down defensively. LeBron can do it at times, but even in this finals here, where he's trying to defend Jimmy Butler, he couldn't do it. And yes, he's 35 years old, but Michael was 38 and 39 and 40 when he played for the Washington Wizards, and he still averaged 20 points a game. LeBron, yes, he's 35. He's averaging 27.5 points, I believe, for the season. The playoffs, he's pretty much averaging almost a triple-double, which he said that he could do every year if he wanted to, but yet he hasn't. He hasn't averaged a triple-double for a whole year. Russell Westbrook's done it multiple occasions. But this whole comparison between Michael Jordan and LeBron James just needs to stop. I don't know why this is even a discussion. Kendrick Perkins, I appreciate your opinion, and you were a very good player when you played, but you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you think LeBron James is the GOAT over Michael Jordan. And that's just the way I see it. Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, you guys hit the nail right dead on with the hammer when it comes to this topic. And I watched your guys' first take episode today. And this is being recorded, of course, on October 8th, 2020. And I must say, you guys were great. And yes, Stephen A. Smith, you got him all, backed into a corner with your knowledge and everything. And I appreciate your knowledge of the game. And Max, I love watching you guys on First Take as well. And Molly, I appreciate your being in the middle there and being the, I would say, mediator between the two. sometimes 3 or 4, whoever we got on there at the show. But yeah, this topic, this discussion just has to stop. And I'm going to call out one more person, Isaiah Thomas. You were a great player for the Detroit Pistons. And obviously, there's some animosity between you and Michael and Scotty because they didn't want you on the Dream Team for the Olympics for the '92 team. And even though I think you should have been on the team, uh, it was probably the best situation for that time. But for you to say that LeBron is the GOAT, I think it's just your way of getting back at those guys, especially Michael, because you weren't on that team. And I even think it's a little childish in a way. But in the back of my mind, I can't believe you said that with a straight face, to be honest. And I couldn't disagree with you more. And majority of the people would agree. And I just don't understand why we're still having this discussion. In my opinion, I compare LeBron to Magic Johnson, and that's it. To try and compare him to Michael Jordan, it's just bonkers to me anymore. But I just wanted to get this off my chest. I had to say something. So in the comment section below, if you're a sports fan, most notably an NBA fan, give me your thoughts and opinions on the GOAT talk. Do you consider Michael Jordan to be the greatest of all time? Or do you think someone else is the greatest of all time? I would love to hear your guys' comments or arguments for so. I think it'd be very fascinating to read some of those comments. But other than that, I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for many more movie reviews. And as always, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And if you like this video, hit that like button. But thanks for watching and check you later.